Hey Detox Warriors, it's me, your coach, Angelique, and I'm super excited that you're joining me for the 6 weeks that we have for the 21-day sugar detox. I've built a coaching program around the 21-day sugar detox because I think a lot of people really need to have that extra support. And more than that, I think they just need to understand why they're doing it and how they can create sustainability post detox. And I'm very interested in how people can do that, and that's part of my mission, is to make it more enjoyable and easier for you to do. So let's get started. One of the things that you have to have, right, is the book, the 21-Day Sugar Detox book by Diane Sanfilippo. So this is an important component, obviously, to the program. I really recommend everybody have the actual book. If you want, you can get it from the library. It's usually checked out most of the time, but you can give it a whirl. You can get it cheap off of Amazon, a good used copy. And I think there's even some good pricing on it anyway. I know I had originally bought mine from somebody else and, paid full price, but I've seen it for a whole lot less in many other places. So that's just a tip right there, coach's tip. Or perhaps you've already gotten it online off of the 21-day sugar detox link that I have listed there as well. So however you come by the book, just make sure that you get the book, right? Because it's essential. Also, want to make sure that you're aware that in our group, in the 21-day sugar detox with Coach Angelique group, that you go to the area that is files. It's just a little tab that's just kind of there, right there on the main page, where you can list, post and things like that. Go to that tab, and there are a couple of PDFs that will be there for you. One of them is our coaching schedule, which will be when we're meeting for our calls. And then also there is a PDF for the yes/no lists. I think if I remember right, I only put the level 1 in there. So most people are going to just be level 1 anyway. But obviously that yes/no list for each one of the levels is in your book. So be sure to check that out there. Also, there's a PDF of a self-quiz, and that usually helps you just kind of define out which level you might be on, because you may have some special needs that we need to address, whether it's more of a vegetarian diet, maybe an autoimmune issue, certain sensitivities, or you might need energy modifications if you're an athlete. I know when I did my first sugar detox, I was running a whole lot. I run a whole lot less now, but at the time I needed to follow the energy modifications to make sure that I had plenty of complex carbohydrates, as I was burning them up like crazy. So that's just some information for you. Obviously, I want you to be super engaged in the Facebook group. Part of that is because we're all in this together. I will actually be going through the detox with you guys. It doesn't ever hurt to do it a couple of times. Back to back. I did it with my last group, and I've had about 6 weeks off. So it's actually a really good thing for me to do too. When I've returned to sugar, it hasn't been the refined sugars. It has been things like honey, molasses, different fruit sugars. Let's see what else. Oh, did I say maple syrup? I don't know. I don't think I did. I love maple syrup. But what I've learned through this process, because let me just back up to let you know that I'm not here to villainize sugar. Neither is Diane Sanfilippo. We, the author of the book, we know that sugar is something that is tasty and people like it, and we're going to eat it. We are. My bend is making sure that you're aware, and if you know what sugar does to the body, it's something that it's not nutrient dense at all. It doesn't serve us whatsoever, but it is something that's just in our culture, and it has been something that we tend to eat a lot of without realizing it most of the time, and it has created these sugar imbalances in our bodies, and we get that from increased inflammation, weight gain, difficulty with like prediabetes. I could go on and on. That is, further listed in your book, which of course, as you know, when you have it, I do expect you to read the first 40, 50-ish pages, because it really talks more in depth about that. And I want you guys to have that information and then come to me with questions, which will be in the week 2, where we're really going to go a little bit more in depth about what sugar is and what it isn't, and what it does to the body, and why a buildup of it is not good for us. It's only meant to be a treat, right? It's not an essential component to our nutritional makeup. So, having said all that, one of the things that's really important for you guys is to be in the right mindset to do this. And I kind of alluded to that a little bit ago. It's just really important for you guys to be in the mindset of being able to receive new information. The brain is just a wonderful, wonderful thing, and it helps us tremendously. It also likes to hold information that we do regularly, and that's called a habit. And what it does is it likes to work nice and efficiently. And so anything that we're used to doing and doing a lot of, the brain says, oh, okay, cool. This is our autopilot. I don't need to think about this anymore. I'm going to store this in the area where, which is the basal ganglia. Yeah, Neuro 101. I have to check back. But the basal ganglia holds on to all of our habit forming behaviors, so that the brain can work in a way that if we're in danger, excuse me, and it needs to enact like a fight or flight response, it needs to conserve its energy for that. What we don't ever really think about is that, we are not out running the savannas, on the savannas anymore, trying to escape like a lion or something like that. We're in our nice little suburban, homes, doing regular things, and our thoughts are continuing to move and react as if something else is, going on. And so we're getting these stress hormones, flying through our bodies. And a lot of times people tend to relieve their stress with eating. And it may be another behavior, but that's something that's pretty common, which is, maybe why all of you are here, because you're realizing that you're eating without necessarily wanting to, perhaps. It's just something that's become habit. And again, because there are so many nutrient poor food choices that, we have made, that it has gotten us, maybe to where there's weight gain, or whether we have health difficulties. I do want to stress that this is not a weight loss program specifically. Will you lose weight on it? I'm pretty sure you will. I would be surprised if you didn't. Will you lose inches? Pretty sure you will. We'd be surprised if you didn't. Because once the body gets rid of the toxins that are being held up in our cells and in our organs, and we start feeding it the things that the body needs to function and wants to have, our body's going to do exactly what it's supposed to do. It's going to get rid of all of that junk that we've been holding on to and carrying around. And, you're going to feel it. You're going to see it. You're going to see it in your feel it in your energy levels. You're going to see it in your clothes. You're just going to feel better. I'm going to venture a guess that all of you within the first week, probably less than that first week. I know for me, it was in the first, I think it was 4 days. I know it was like less than a week. I was actually falling asleep at a natural time. I felt truly tired, not fatigued. It was very different. I was like, my body was, okay, we're shutting down now. It's time for bed. And I slept solid. And I woke up refreshed. I didn't feel foggy or, draggy or all those things that you feel like, in the morning. And we're like, oh, I need that cup of coffee because I just can't make it. You have to take something to go to sleep and take something to wake up, and our bodies just aren't supposed to have to do that, you know. And I didn't realize that stuff even when I was doing my thing and I thought I was healthy and happy and I ate well. And but it really wasn't until I did the sugar detox that I realized what I didn't know. And you can't do what you don't know, right? And once we do know, then after that, it's a choice. So that's my goal, is to teach you guys so that you know, create that awareness and be that support for you as well as each other. And then you'll know these things, and then you'll want to learn more, and then you're going to want to take care of yourself, because that's, I mean, right, our bodies, we were given these for a reason, you know. We have to do something with them, and I don't want to do anything harmful. There were things I did to it before that were harmful that I didn't realize were harmful. Well, now I know. And so I'm going to, you know, do the things that support my body, because I have a lot of things to do. I have tons of things to do. If any of you already know me, you know this. And I'm always busy, and I need to have that energy. You know, and I want to have that energy because I want to be 100% no matter what it is that I'm doing. I did forget to mention, I apologize, that also in the PDFs, under the files, or in the files, another PDF that you have is the participant guide. I can't believe I didn't tell you that right away, sorry. But there is a participant guide that I would love for you guys to download so that you have your success log. That's a really important component. It's kind of like, you know, a little, you know, journal. I like using the word journal because I think you can add thoughts to it. But basically, it's just going to be sort of a food log that you can make. And you can start that at any time. It's specifically designed for you to use during the 21 days. But like I said, certainly you can do whatever, you know, you need to do with it. But it helps keep you on track. And, you know, it helps you plan as well, you know, and you can make adjustments from that. And we can talk about that some more later. But I'd like to see you guys being able to use that. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and just let you know that I want you to freely use the group. I want you to post recipes, pictures of the foods that you're making. If you have questions, if you have ideas, it's really, really an open forum, and I want you interacting with each other. I want you interacting with me. I am certainly very appreciative of you participating in this group, and my goal is always to over-deliver, and I also want to be accessible. So if you end up with something that you would like to talk to me about in person, or rather one-on-one, and you're not wanting to share that with the group, then please do that. I really invite that. Send me, you know, a message via Facebook, or, you know, if you already know me and you have my number, you know, you can do that too. However you need to get in contact with me, because again, I am here, I am working for you, and I want you to utilize the service that we are providing. So on this note, I'm going to close, but please feel free again to really just jump in. Don't be scared. You know, I'm here for you. We're going to work this out. I know there's some fears, but you know, again, if you people know me, one of my favorite phrases is fear is a prison. And but it's also, when you know you're having fear, you know that you have a couple choices. You can confront it and go headlong into it, or you can avoid it, and then nothing happens. So I guarantee you that at least if you go headlong into it, you have two choices. Either nothing will happen, right? Or something awesome will happen. So we at least get two choices when we walk into the fire, but nothing will happen if we don't. So, all right, on that note, again, love you guys. I'm so excited you're here, and please just be in the right space, ready to take it on, and enjoy. It's going to be a great ride. Bye, guys.